Hello everybody, welcome to the Gorlitz High Performance Garage channel. This is a special edition. It's a Wednesday night. We're going to do a special edition about feminism. Yes. I blame every woman's bad decision today and their delusional expectancies on the feminist movement, which is ruining the Western world as we know it. And, the reason I say this is because you can't say anything to a woman today about too much of anything, and they get just batshit fucking crazy pissed. The things that make them squeal the most is whenever you tell them to go wash some dishes or do some laundry or take care of their own child or vacuum or dust or, make a meal, or go have sex with a guy that's broke, that has no money. They can't do that. They scream bloody murder and shit blows up their fucking backs clear just about to their necks when you mention these things, that these women have, they don't know what their role is in life right now is. They've been, brainwashed into thinking that they're the prize and that they don't have to do this kind of stuff. And it's come to the point where they've bitched about not making enough money like men do. They don't make as much money as men, so now they do. For doing less work, they make more than us men do. We do all the hard jobs. They do clerical work and on phones and, maybe putting press-on nails on some other girl or washing somebody's feet. Those aren't hard jobs. And being a mom is definitely not a hard job at all, because fuck, I've been mom and dad for quite a while. So anyway, with all that being said, we need to do away with the feminist movement. We need to find these people and put them in jail for, pushing the feminist movement, because it's ruining Western society. And another thing is women don't like dick and fart jokes. Fuck, for some reason, a lot of women don't like dick anymore. And to all you women out there, I say you can all go suck a dick. But, if you were doing that to start with, there wouldn't be a reason for me to make a video like this. Imagine that. A man going out, getting with a woman, and having sex with her for free, and getting a BJ after? Oh my. Or just getting a BJ. Fuck. Oh my God, man. Son of a bitch. I tell you what, the feminist movement makes divorce so worth it. It does. And I hate to tell people to, not to run after women and get divorced and do all this other stuff. That means that's, going to cut back in the population, because, here in the next 25 years, there's going to be half the population of the Western world, because women are out there aborting their young constantly. They're such monsters now. They're such monsters today that they would sooner kill their offspring than take care of it and raise it and, make it a contributing member of society, where it goes and gets a job and contributes to the economy and has things because it went out and worked for it. No, they if they do have little girls, or if they're women themselves, they will, get an OnlyFans, and a bunch of simp liberal pussies will get on there and throw cash at them, and they'll make like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and then sit around and brag how they're climbing the corporate ladder. But guess what? Me as a working man, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what for money a woman makes. I could give a shit how much money she makes, how much she drags down if she makes more than me. It's none of my concern. I really don't care. And I know, I'm not the Prince Charming. I'm not the greatest looking man on the planet, but I'm honest. I tell it like it is, and I like dick and fart jokes. And I am such a filthy-mouthed motherfucking bastard. I joke around all the time. I think I'm the funniest motherfucker around. And I can make light of damn near any situation. Well, unless you're on fire running around and somebody's trying to put you out, that's not a thing to joke about. But yeah, getting kicked in the balls, that's something to laugh about. Or a woman getting kicked in the snatch, there's another funny. Or getting a titty twister. And, I was brought up in a culture where, your mom stayed at home and took care of us kids, cooked the meals, did the laundry, cleaned the house, kept the homestead down, made dinner at the end of the day when Dad came home. He would take his shoes off, go in, eat dinner, and Mom didn't make 2 or 3 different dinners for all the kids. You ate what the fuck was on the table, or you didn't eat. Or she'd wrap it up, stick it in the fridge. Like a 9-to-5 job, or a construction job. You're digging a trench, you pick up where you left off the day before. She'll just wrap it up in plastic wrap, put it in the fridge, and then you'll eat that motherfucker the next night. Well, since you didn't eat your dinner last night, you can eat it tonight. And she usually cut you a break and not make you have to eat 2 dinners that night. She'd just have to, she'd make you eat the dinner that you refused to eat the night before. And today is one of those days where, the things are just completely flipped on their ear, But mainly, the main thing today is women want easy street. They want to go out here and do absolutely nothing and make a shit ton of money doing it. And that's what they want. And the trouble is, the reason they say, where are all the good men at? It's because the good men aren't good enough anymore. If you're not 6 feet tall, you don't have 6-pack abs, you're not making a 6-figure income, then they don't want nothing to do with you. And that's been drilled in their heads that is what they have to go for. That's what they have to have in order to function in society, in order to, that's where they think that they're the prize and you're nothing. You're just an ATM. So, to all you young fellas out there, think twice before you get married, or make sure that because there are some good ones still out there. There's a very, very limited few of good women out there. There's some out there that were brought up right by their mothers and taught to, give their 50%, because that's all we ever really wanted. We just wanted a good woman by our side to commit to 50% of the relationship. And that would be the guy going out and working. But now everything's so high, the woman has to go out and work a job too. But at the same time, then when you come home, everybody helps each other out, with the chores, the dinner, the cleanup, the laundry, and all that other stuff. It's the 50%. You take care of your kids together today. Because when I was a kid, my mother didn't need to work because everything wasn't sky high and my dad made a decent living. The big income back then was $30,000 a year, $30,000 to $35,000 back in the 80s. And that was pretty good pay. And if you had 4 automobiles in your fucking driveway, you was doing real good. And the average home cost, about as much as your yearly fucking income, costs. Anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000 was a house with a couple of acres of property. Now it's like, in Garrett County, you have to have at least 3 acres of property with a house you buy, and it's like almost $1 million because of the fucking lake up here. Deep Creek Lake is what keeps home prices in Garrett County skyrocketed. And then, you have your governor down here that wants to put a capital gains tax on everybody's goddamn property taxes in your house. So when you make payments, then your taxes would go up every single year. That's what they're trying to propose these days. That's what Kamala Harris wanted to do when she got in office, was to charge you a federal capital gains tax on your fucking house and your property, So at the end of the year, when you went to pay taxes, if they were $1,500 this year, in 2 years, they would be $2,500. Then 2 after that, $3,500. Then 2 after that, $4,500. Until they were to the point where you can't afford to live there no more. So you'd have to sell your house and property and go move, I don't know, into your car or a cardboard box or I don't know, a shitty apartment some fucking place, or live in a motel until you can find something. So BlackRock can come in and take all your property, and then they'll have it all. And then they'll rent it to you for a shit ton of fucking money, almost as much as your fucking mortgage was on your fucking house, probably a little bit more. I would say way more. And the only thing is the only taxes you would have to pay is your income tax. You wouldn't have any property taxes then, because whoever is renting the property would have to take care of those. So, anyway, this bullshit is what it is, unfortunately. But I can tell you, if feminism isn't stopped, we are looking at the end of Western civilization, along with, if they don't deport all these Muslims around here. If they are not deporting Muslims at a faster rate than what they are, because now we're talking terror attacks because we're over there throwing missiles in Iran. They're cleaning their clocks, freeing those people. And at the same time, we're getting terrorist attacks or reported terrorist attacks over here that some have been stopped and some have hit. Some of them did hit. And what's funny is the mayor of New York was saying how white supremacists are throwing bombs at the mayor's mansion. No, it's not white people. It's your own kind, because you're not making up with the fucking deal, like releasing all the prisoners so they can come out and just take over the city. They want a full Muslim takeover in New York City, and that hasn't happened yet, so they're trying to retaliate by blowing his ass to fuck up. But it doesn't really matter if you blow him up. It'll just be another Muslim take his fucking spot, because he's got a vice governor, or not governor, a vice mayor. You have a lieutenant governor as your second commanding governor, but as a mayor, you have a vice mayor, which is your second, and that's some dumb bitch with a towel wrapped around her fucking head, or fucking head swaddled like a goddamn newborn baby. And she's got like this one real long Nanny McPhee tooth that sticks down out of her head, and her fucking half her skull's caved the fuck in because she's a fucking retard. So anyway, but everybody, you need to, young man out there, you need to watch what the fuck you're doing. And the same thing is with women around my area that are divorced, and they're single moms now. They got divorced for whatever reason. Either they cheated, or their husband cheated, or whatever. Or they got tired of each other and they left. And now instead of, and they've went around and kind of cherry picked the men in the area. They've had sex with a few of them. Didn't like it because, they weren't, wealthy people. But anyways, I was saying, these women have moved around the men in the area, and, they're single moms, and they're all mad because the ones that they've cherry-picked in the area are not wealthy men. They actually think that a wealthy man that makes 6 figures a year is going to come around and sweep them off their wore-out fucking feet and say, hey, single mom, how would you like me to come take you away from all this, shit, and pay all your bills, and, finish raising your kids, that aren't mine, and, let's go from there, and I'll give you, a key to my mansion, and my Ferrari, and my Lamborghini, and my, Lamborghini SUV, and, you'll just be treated like a queen for the rest of your days. And plus, you can still go out and fuck whoever you want if you don't want to fuck me. That's what they want. That's exactly what they want. And it's ruining everything. I'm not going to sit here and whine about anything, because I could give a fuck if I got with anybody or not. After all the shit that I'm going to go through, that I have went through, I'm done with. And I'm not going to go through it again. That's for damn sure. Lesson learned. And the trouble is, it sucks to have to learn a lesson this way. And it also sucks to, the thing is that if you don't go through with it, you still don't learn nothing. That's the thing. You learn the hard way all the time. And unfortunately, when you're fucking poor and you got to work for, a living, and you're working paycheck to paycheck all the time, and you can't afford nothing anyway, those people don't care. They don't give a shit. They want money, and they want it now, and they think, that somebody's going to come sweep them off their wore-out ass fucking feet. And it's just not going to happen. You women in your fucking 40s, 50s, nobody's coming to rescue you. Nobody's coming for you. Just like no bitch is going to come for me. No bitch is going to fall in my lap. That's just how it is. Because they have their expectations way too high. They need to lower their standards. Instead of, being with somebody that would love them for who they are, not what they have. They ignore those people, and they want that money. That's what it's all about today. I never ever thought I would see something like this happen. I never thought I would live long enough to see feminism thrive in this terrible way that it has. I never thought this was going to happen. But here we are. And like I said before, not all women are bad. There are still some good ones out there, but it's like looking for a needle in a stack of needles. Because you're not going to find them. Every once in a while you find them. I know a few people that have really good women in their lives. And, they pull out all the stops. They play the role they were born to play, is what they do. And it saddens me to sit and think about this stuff. And it runs through my mind quite often how terrible society is today and how awful, feminism has made things. And women will disagree. A lot of them will disagree, especially the young ones. The young ones, they are shaking their asses on their OnlyFans. And it's like, even like dating apps. Don't fall into the dating app thing, fellas. Because it's all a lie. All that stuff. eHarmony, Match, and whatever else is out there. I think they even have a farmers only thing. I've seen that. But what it is, I've looked into this stuff. I've researched it. What it is they have their thing. They have an automated computer system that goes out and gets pictures from people's Facebooks, and do this, or it's other people that have went on there and made a profile, because it's free to make a profile on a dating site. You can make one for free. You can put your pictures up. You can put your interests on there. You can do it all. But if you don't pay every month, I forget how much it is a month. It's not worth it, really, because it's kind of like they're all like Nazi apps, because you can get on there, and if you pay the money, you can chat people, but you can't give them any information, like how to get a hold of you outside the app. They want to keep you on the app and keep sucking money out of your pockets. But most of the time when you're talking or you think you're messaging somebody, it's a computer automated system that thinks you're an idiot. Like the people that made it, they think that everybody's stupid. They think that, it's, regardless, today is like the movie Idiocracy. It's getting bad. But they think that every single person's like that and has no common sense, and they think that this automated system is an actual female on the other end taunting them and showing them pictures of their tits and their ass and videos of them fingering themselves. That's stuff the computer automated system has gotten off the internet. They get this stuff off the internet. A lot of times they'll get pictures and videos and compile them together and send you this stuff, but you can't see it because it's blurry. You'll have to pay. Why would I pay for a girl sitting around getting fingered or fingering herself or masturbating or whatever? Why would I pay to see that? I can get on the internet and see it for nothing. I can see that shit on there. Fucking Pornhub. They have that shit on there. X videos. They have it on theirs. They have some fucked up shit on those too. Some real fucked up shit. Like people shitting on each other. Do you really want to see that shit? Unfortunately, somebody does. It's terrible. Fucking gross. Like the 2 girls, 1 cup thing. My God. That is just fucking disgusting. I don't know why anybody would want to see that kind of stuff. But then, hey, they also have foot fetish videos and stuff like that on there. Like people walking through mud and cornflakes and oatmeal. And of course people are like, oh, you looked that stuff up? No. All you have to do is listen to the couple interviews with Quentin Tarantino. He's a foot guy. He has a foot fetish. And if you pay attention to all his movies, especially the movie Death Proof, where Kurt Russell goes up and rubs his nose against that girl's feet are sticking out of the car window, and then he takes off because she's like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the hippie chick that Brad Pitt picks up in the city in the Cadillac, she puts her feet right on the fucking windshield, right in front of the camera, so you can see them bastards. From Dusk Till Dawn, Selma Hayek dancing with the snake. She pours booze down the front of her and it runs off her feet. And Quentin Tarantino's in the movie sucking on her toes, drinking this whiskey off of her feet. If that ain't a fucking foot fetish, and I don't know what the fuck is. That is some fucking sick, twisted shit. Quentin Tarantino, you're a sick fuck, but you do make some good movies, though, I'd have to say. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a very good fucking movie. Very good movie. I don't care for the one where Brad Pitt and all them are fighting the Nazis. I forget what that one is. I don't care for that one. From Dusk Till Dawn is okay. It's kind of fucking corny. What else? Django's pretty good. I like that. That's a real good movie. He's not afraid to have everybody say the N-word in his movies with the hard R on the end. He's not afraid of that. So, but anyway, I'm getting off the topic here of the feminist movement. You know, and to boot, it's 3/4 of these feminists are liberal feminists with purple hair and blue hair, and they get that septum ring. The center of your nose is pierced like a hog ring. That's what you used to put in beef and hog noses to lead them to the slaughter. That's what you used to do with them, or tie them out so they couldn't get away. Like when you grain feed a cow, you tie it to a post out in the field. It eats all the grass where it's standing, and it can't go no further because it's got that ring in its nose with the rope around it. You pump the grain to those cows if you want to keep them in stable. If you want tender meat out of a fucking beef, you'll grain feed it. You'll pump the grain to it. You'll keep it in a small area in your barn instead of using the ring thing. I know that's kind of cruel. But I mean, you're just going to eat the fucking thing anyway. But if you want some nice tender steaks, the less movement that cow has to do, the better off it is. The tastier that meat is, and the more it melts in your mouth. Anyway, enough on raising beef and hogs. I used to help butcher that stuff. But anyway. The feminist movement is definitely killing our society over here. And it's to the point where men over here are searching overseas. They're heading east to find good women, because these women in the east, especially Asian ladies, are really, most of them. Some of them aren't. Most of them are interested in, pleasing their male counterpart. So that's why a lot of men are going overseas and getting women from different countries. Men don't come over from the East to get women from the West because of feminism. So anyway, my heater over there sounds like it's having a heart attack. Anyhow, it's like 60 degrees in here anyway, but we're under tornado watch until 8 p.m. tonight. Knowing them cocksuckers will probably move it, but it's starting to rain out there again now. The wind is whipping and all that other great stuff. But anyhow, everybody, just figured I'd get that off your chest because, plus, a lot of women will lead you on these days. Send you pictures of themselves and all that other good stuff, and try to entice you and tell them what they're going to do to you and stuff. And then when it comes time to, cash in on this falsehood they've given you, they say bullshit to you like, oh, hey, but you're still married. Oh, it's an unhappy marriage, and they're cheating on me anyway. Well, that doesn't matter. The morals have fell out of my ass. So, yeah, I can't be around you or be seen with you or do anything with you because, you're still married. But if I had, $100 bills falling out of my ass, every 10 seconds, there would be so many bitches on me, I couldn't get them off of me with a fucking stick or a club. You'd have to beat them the fuck off of you. And that's just how it is today. Unfortunately, that's how it is. But anyway, everybody, that's all I got. That's the rant that I have for today. And it's very sad and disgusting. And I have a lot of bullshit coming up into my life here real soon. And it's going to come to a head here. I'm not sure when. Probably sooner than later. A bunch of dirt on my face. Anyway, I got 2 more days of work left here at the mine, and then I start my new job. Everybody wish me luck on that. I don't know how that's going to be, but I'm going to talk to my current boss right now and see if he would possibly take me back if I don't like this other job. We'll see how that works out. Even though I don't want to go back to this job I'm on right now, but sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And that's just a fact. So if you ever think that you're really going to a better job, sometimes you don't. I found that out a few times when I ran the street sweeper. I ran from the street sweeper a couple of times. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. It was not greener on the other side of the fence. It was dead and dirty and wasn't going to grow at all. It was full of dog shit. So anyway, there we go. I'm trying to do the exhaust on the Mercury this weekend. If I can get on the lift. My mother's car is on there right now. It's a wheel bearing eating Ford Explorer, which has those lovely wheel bearings that you got to beat your guts out to get them out of. But we researched it, and there's a couple tricks to getting them out. And he did this trick like we did last time and pulled it right out of there in just a few minutes. So that solved that problem, and we don't have to buy a $500 fucking wheel bearing removal tool from Ford Motor Company, because that's what they want to do, is run one up your ass on that stuff. So anyway, everybody have a good one. Happy motherfucking hump day. And like, share, comment, subscribe. And maybe there might be a next one. Maybe there won't. You never know. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. See y'all later.